Is Christopge Galtier racist? That's what we're going to be covering in this video, because recent reports have come out which show a disgusting person. Not his time at Paris Saint-Germain, but rather his time at OGC Nice. And that is exactly what we'll be going through in this video. So, first report, and everything here is from Romain Molina, so we cannot be 100% sure, but RMC Sport and Le Parisien have both confirmed these news. So, it looks like this is pretty much 100% facts. Let me read this through then. In an email sent to his management at the end of last season, Julien Fournier, former SD sporting director at Nice, accuses the Galtier of racist remarks. Christophe Galtier reportedly complained about too many black and Muslim players in his team. In an email sent at the end of last season to the management of Ineos, Julien Fournier says more. He recounts a scene according to him from August 9th, 2021. Christophe Galtier then arrived in my office and greeted his son, who told me, "You can check with my father why I told you." Once his agent and son left, I told Christophe about the discussion I just had and asked him if all of this was true. He then replied that yes, and that had to take into account the reality of the city and that indeed we could not have so many blacks and Muslims in the team. A little further in his letter, Julien Fournier specifies his words. He, Christophe Galtier, told me yesterday, I went to the restaurant and everyone came across me saying that we have a team of blacks. Galtier would have added, according to him, Julien, you must realize in which city we are. Our team does not correspond to what people want, as it does not correspond to me. There was no sporting argument, but only religious or skin-colored arguments. In his email, Fournier also details the interview that preceded it with Galtier's son and agent, John Valovich Galtier. I met at his request, and the son and allegedly the agent of the coach on August the 9th. He wanted to see me urgently because he considered the situation of his client urgent. He then told me about his father's unattainable situation by making the following comments. Julien, it's not okay. My father was crying yesterday. You don't realize. I asked him what it is, and Galtier's father explains to me that this team does not look like him, that we can't continue like that. I asked him to support his words so that I could understand better, and he told me, you have built a team of scum. I asked him to be more precise, and he then added, there are only blacks, and half of your team is at the mosque on Friday afternoon. I told Mr. John Vlahovic Galtier that I was scandalized by his words and asked him to leave my office. Julien Fournier back in late September to RMC Sport. If I explained the real reasons why Christophe and I had the fight, he would no longer enter a locker room in France and Europe. There's a much more serious things in football. After reading this and hearing all of this, this is absolutely disgraceful, absolutely unacceptable from Christophe Galtier and his father to say stuff that our city is, I mean, it's more ethnically white than, for example, a Marseille or a Paris, and that it needs to be represented that way. That is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting, said by Christophe Galtier and his father. You cannot say something like that. And saying it's filled of black people and Muslims who go to the mosque every Friday. And he clearly stated as well that this talk, it had nothing to do with sporting roles. It's not, oh, we need to have a better team or something. It was all down to religious and race affiliations, which is absolutely disgusting. And Paris Saint-Germain and Nasser Khalifi have had some words, not directly to the press, but reports from RMC Sport, which state PSG does not want to rush or give in to panic on the Galtier news. Nasser Khalifa's entourage has launched its own investigation to try to find out more. Nasser was not aware of the details and content of the comments allegedly made by Galtier when hiring him. It's also added that more, if Christophe Galtier's words are true, there will be no doubt his departure from PSG. In the meantime, PSG should let Galtier speak publicly to present his version potentially before the match watch press conference scheduled on Friday. Big news. Big news. Will Galtier sit there and accept reality and say, yes, this is true? Would be a very scandalous moment, but it would be 10 times more scandalous if Christophe Galtier sits there and puts his tail between his legs and lies in front of everyone saying that this is not true. Because listen, I don't like Romain Molina, but when RMC Sport and Le Parisien and the sporting director of Nice and everything is like this, everything looks very, very likely that is true. Sadly. Sadly. One last message there from the collective ultras, which is the Paris Saint-Germain ultras, says that they're following the Galtier situation closely. If the facts with which he's accused are proven, it is not acceptable for the person, Christophe Galtier, to remain in the club's organization chart. Well, now I've gone through all the reports. My opinion around this is, in the beginning, when news like this come out, I'm on the fence. I don't want to jump into slandering Christophe Galtier, nor do I want to defend him. I want to wait for more stuff to come, similarly to the Achraf Hakimi RAPE situation. But after everything that has been revealed, and the pressure for Christophe Galtier to say something in that interview, and Nasser Khalifi even having an investigation to see if this is true, it looks like it is true that Christophe Galtier is a racist. Not just a racist, but a racist that has no shame. If he was racist behind closed doors, with his father in his car, alright. But saying to the sporting director, we cannot have black and Muslim players, is absolutely disgraceful. And yeah, if this all comes to be true, I don't care if we were going to win the Champions League or not. This manager cannot stay at this club. Because I believe now we have too much facts, we have too much reports that state that Christophe Galtier is a racist person. And we can definitely not accept that when we have a team filled of black and Muslim players. Our fan base is filled with black and Muslim players. The city of Paris is filled with black and Muslim players. And who knows what more he has said to the sporting director or behind closed doors. Because the sporting director said, this is not everything. This is just a small bit of everything. If I had told everything, he would not manage a club yet again. Christophe Galtier, you should be sacked. Nasser Khalifi, do this investigation, and if it's found true, I don't care when, I don't care what, I don't care anywhere. Sack the man. Christophe Galtier, I've lost all respect for you because this is absolutely disgraceful from you, and you're not welcome at this club anymore. That was it. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the situation? How heartbroken, how disappointed, how disgusted are you by Christophe Galtier's words and thinking? That was it by PSGINT. Smash the like button, subscribe to the PSGINT YouTube channel. And as always, allez Paris.